What a bloody amazing time to be a gamer! A Hat in Time, in my opinion, is the 3D platformer of the decade. Games like Mario Galaxy have been amazing, what a true classic. Sorry though, I don't think it's actually as fun to play and not nearly as creative at times as A Hat in Time. Super Mario Odyssey is coming out and we'll have to see what that does, but regardless, even if Super Mario Odyssey is the greatest game ever made, honestly, I think A Hat in Time as a game is more important. A Hat in Time is Gears for Breakfast's first push into the world of game development, and what an opening. From the second I started playing to the second I finished, this game was on my mind. I even had to stop for a couple of days and I just wanted to keep going back to it. By the way, most of the footage used is from when I streamed the game, so if there's a cup in the corner, that would be why. So why is A Hat in Time the 3D platformer we need, as the title states? It's a pretty big claim, but let me explain the best I can. Gaming is similar to fashion. The cycle has begun anew and 3D platformers are, for lack of a better phrase, back in fashion. We saw the resurgence of 2D platformers with indie titles and Nintendo helping out with the new Super Mario Bros. Series, and they're still going strong. But there haven't really been many 3D platformers in the last decade. Sure, there have been a few, but not many. But this year, we've seen the likes of Crash Bandicoot making extremely good sales, Mario Odyssey will almost definitely be award-winning, we have Sonic Forces coming up, and Microsoft are even breaking new ground and are doing a 3D platform with Super Lucky's Tale. The resurgence is strong. However, we've also had games like Yooka-Laylee, which unfortunately isn't the game we need. We have to be honest, it's just not as good as we all hoped. Some will love it, and that's fantastic if you do, but personally I really didn't like it at all, and many will attribute that to 3D platformers being dated when we know that's simply not the case. We could make a million comparisons with Yooka-Laylee and A Hat in Time and their backgrounds and their approach and what went wrong and what went right, but that's for another time. Instead, we need to talk simply about how great A Hat in Time is and how it's allowing us to once again make the statement, yes! 3D platformers are back and here to stay! So, what is A Hat in Time? You are Hat Kid. She's freaking adorable, and she's on her way home. Unfortunately, whilst travelling, all the time and space hourglasses are scattered down the planets nearby, and she needs to recover them to get home. And also so someone doesn't screw time up. The setup is simple, but you know what? It makes more sense than a lot of other famous platformers. Why are stars required to open up part of Princess Peach's castle exactly? Arguably, the most important part of a platformer is how the game feels. All the greats have phenomenal controls. Pretty much any 3D Mario game feels like heaven to play, and so do the Spyro games on the PS1. A Hat in Time, however, is a game that was bred for speedrunning, and that takes its controls to a whole new level. With the exception of various abilities the hats and badges give you, you have everything right off the bat, and in my opinion it's one of the best controlling platformers I've ever played. When you start playing, you learn that you can double jump and you climb up walls a little and wall jump. It all feels good. Then you realise the right trigger gives you a leap forward and that feels great. But give it a couple more levels and you'll be using this leap in a completely different way. That way is confident, difficult platforming and skips the game doesn't advertise but totally wants you to do. You can stop your leap at any time, giving you a little hop upwards and forcing your momentum to a complete slowdown. This little hop can get you a long way, and that'll enable you to not only reach places not specifically advertised, but also control exactly how you land on the smallest of platforms with the greatest of ease. You truly have complete control. And if you are a speedrunner, there are a couple little things you can do throughout to skip areas of the game. But this is nothing new for any game, and Gears for Breakfast intended a lot of this since the game has an inbuilt timer for speedrunners. They knew exactly what they were doing. Also, did you know that you can get a fast momentum boost by pressing the leap button on the frame you hit the ground during a leap? That's a gorgeous little speedrun strat and feels so damn good when you pull it off. And if you don't, well, you're certainly not losing time. Alright, I've gushed about how this game controls enough. Let's get to the good stuff. The unique game design. At its core, every great 3D platformer, and by extension platformer in general, has, well, good platforming. But this game truly stands out by being as unique as it possibly can in that setting. With a game like Mario Galaxy, there's some incredible platforming with each new world and boss becoming more and more challenging, and it's all great stuff. However, at its core, it's just a different landscape with a different gimmick or two. You do this platforming challenge, you get the star. You remove the garbage, you get the star. It's amazing, I bloody love the game, but that's its format. A Hat in Time constantly switches things up. I love the range the game has while still staying focused. It's never like, okay, why are we doing this though? I'd rather be doing what I've been doing the rest of the game. This is quite an annoying distraction, which some games do actually fall into the trap of. To clarify, I'm not saying Mario Galaxy falls into that category. This game is built around ridiculously good platforming and ridiculously good controls, and its levels are just the icing on the cake. Let's take the first chapter. Acts 1 and 2 are fairly straightforward. You have a clear objective, you explore the town, which is insanely gorgeous and teeming of life, but you explore, you win, you move on. Act 3, however, it's pouring with rain, you fall into the mud and chase one of the Mafia until he drops an hourglass because he thinks you're an alien and he's scared of you, so he's running away. That's freaking incredible! Act 5 you can't do until near the end of the game. One of the Mafia is on a rocket and challenges you to a race, so you need to cheat by using a hat to stop time, and even then it's still stupidly close. Again, it's simply genius. Chapter 2 is set around a movie studio and you do various things for two competing companies, like a parade around a city with people following your every move with rockets and pyrotechnics going off. It's weird and brilliant. Or a murder mystery on a train. It's puzzle platforming with a murder mystery. How and why does that work so well? Alright, okay fine. How about for the new movie you move from one side of the train to the other to stop a bomb. Oh, and the train has ridiculous hazards the entire time. It's pretty damn great. Chapter 3, you get caught in a trap out of nowhere and have your soul taken, so you have to do tasks for your new ruler. One of which becomes a horror mission in a creepy mansion with a horrifying creature chasing you, and every second is terrifying and intense, and it has a full backstory to it. Just... what the hell? It's brilliant and works on just about every level. Okay. Jump scaring. Oh, f***ing Christ, you... That's hilarious. Oh my god, why? Oh, and each world has these time rifts. They're basically mini platforming challenges, clearly inspired by what Mario Sunshine did, but they're just as fun and work so well. Chapter 4 is an open world, a main hub with 4 branching paths, each path with completely different gameplay challenges. You can do as many or as little as you want, and in any order. Finally, Chapter 5 is a masterclass in epic, intense platforming before the final boss. And on the subject of bosses, every boss is bloody incredible. If you want to see a boss done well, look no further than A Hat in Time. Every boss is intense, fair, and exhilarating, and they all make sense. You just keep wondering what the next attack and phase will be, and just how it can possibly get better. But it just keeps getting better! I haven't talked about all there is in this game. Each hat can vary to different controls or abilities, and they all feel phenomenal. But this game just oozes charm. Look at Hat Kid, she's adorable. The main hub ship is designed like a children's play area, and it's just so cute. Everything is. If there was a way to make physics cute, I think this game found a way. It's not just the same enemies or characters or whatever all the time. They're all unique. From their personality to their movements to their voice, everything has been carefully considered and applied in a way that feels real. I mean, just look at this Mafia character. At first glance, he's the same as all the other Mafia characters, but you play patty cake with him and then he hits you. It feels so innocent and then so dark, and it's so in character. No world feels empty. Even if there's not anything in particular to do in a certain place, it feels like it's a part of the world and not just placed or added because you need to fill the void. Everything, right down to the music, giving each location life, all exists as a world should, and I can't get enough of how beautiful everything looks and feels. There are a couple of camera glitches here and there, I'll grant you that, but do you know what? I don't care. This game is perfection. I never tire of playing it, and I can't wait to see what happens next. There are 2 more chapters being made by Gears for Breakfast, and mod support being added soon. This game will grow and thrive, and I truly hope this becomes a classic. This game is a 10 out of 10, but better than that, it's the platformer we need. It opens the floodgates to many more 3D platformers to come, and hopefully inspires so many unique platformers too, not just your run-of-the-mill, it's alright platformer. It succeeds on every level and makes me so ridiculously happy, and I hope it does the same for you too. Thank you very much for watching the video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, maybe share the video around, click that little bell to get an email notification of when I upload next. Maybe to support the Patreon. You don't have to, it's just an optional thing, it's there. Gotta pimp it out every so often. But no, seriously, I love this game. I love it. I love it. Can you tell this bit isn't scripted? I love this game, and I really hope that you get a chance to experience this game. I mean, you can watch the game and find out what you like about it, but it's not the same as playing it. This game feels like a dream, and you need to experience it. I hope you were able to buy it, or play it at friends, or whatever, but thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.